I'm always looking for happiness for myself. And my life is going to the meetings and go to work and work 6 days and also go to gym. And I really don't know how, first of all, to spend money for myself because my parents didn't do that. I was the last child, and
I got it.
And I always thought I couldn't. I'm not able. Even now, I made some.
So what? I'm sorry to interrupt you, but do you have a question? I'm going to ask you. What is the question?
My question is, I don't know how to make myself happy and how to spend money for myself.
So it's more of a statement. Yeah, I mean, basically, you're telling me I don't know how to spend money for myself, and I don't know how to be happy.
Exactly.
Got it. So is there a question in there?
There is a question because...
What's the question?
Well, first of all, nothing makes me happy.
Well, if you say so, then that's what's true.
Well,
if you say so, that's what's true. You see, I wrote a poem a long time ago, and it's very simple. It says, nothing makes me happy. I'm happy about nothing. Nothing makes me happy. Can you just be happy for no reason? You see, what you're looking for is what you're looking with. You say you're looking for happiness, and yet happiness has never been away from you. It's never been anywhere but in your own hands, in your own power. I know that that seems like a quantum leap, and so nobody expects you to go from being unhappy to being overjoyed in one leap, obviously. But starting with being, let's say, depressed or unhappy, could you begin to start getting a little frustrated about that? And then that frustration could maybe lead to anger or to actually, I'm not going to put up with this anymore, which would actually be a higher state of being for you. You see? I'd rather see you being upset about life than being depressed or sad about it, because being upset is a motivator. It'll actually cause you to get into action about something. So I'm frustrated. I won't put up with this anymore. Oh, okay, great. So what am I going to do about that? I'm going to do this, that, and the other. Oh, that didn't work. Okay. So, but at least you are in action. The definition of depression is thinking and feeling, thinking and feeling, thinking and feeling. And so you go in a loop in which there's no out. The bridge between the inner world, my thinking and feeling, right? If I cut you open, there's no thinking or feeling, right? There's nothing physical in there that I would find, right?
That's right.
Okay. So the bridge between your inner world, your thoughts and feelings, and your outer world, the physical life that you actually are living, that we can see and touch and taste and feel, are your actions. Your actions. Think, feel, act. Think, feel, act. Most people just think and feel all the time, and then they don't take any appropriate actions. And so the actions, because they don't want to make a mistake, or they don't want to be uncomfortable, or they think, oh, if I make myself uncomfortable or take a risk, I may not end up being happy. Because why? Because I'm already unhappy. So they don't take any actions, and they just stay stuck in their thoughts and feelings. And then they go tell somebody that says, oh, you're depressed, take some pills.
That's true.
Yeah, and then they take the pills, but the pills don't make them happy. The pills, the most they can do is cause a temporary absence of pain. So you just become a little more unaware of how unhappy you are, that's all. It doesn't make you happy. It just makes you kind of numb.
Exactly.
You know, so that you don't feel how unhappy you are. But the unhappiness comes from not participating in life itself. if you want to be happy, and this is not just for you, this is for everybody listening, go take some action to actually be of service to somebody else, whether they will ever know it or not, whether they will ever care or not, whether they will ever thank you or not. Go do something that will benefit someone else other than yourself, and I promise you, you will start to feel happy. You will begin to participate in life. You know, it can be very simple. Put a quarter in somebody's expired parking meter so they don't get a ticket. Pick up some trash where somebody's left it. Find somebody that needs a ride and give it to them. You know, do something it doesn't have to be expensive. It doesn't have to be something that puts you out, that costs you. There's so many things that can be done for others, that serve others. You can acknowledge somebody verbally. You could write a letter to somebody that you really appreciate and say, you know, I just want to thank you for the difference that you've made in my life. You're always gracious and beautiful and kind, or whatever it is, and I want to thank you for that. That would elevate another human being, and in so doing, because of the interconnectivity of all humanity, because all of us are connected, then when you elevate another human being, you elevate yourself, and you will spontaneously begin to feel better.
I brought a homeless woman to my home, and I thought it helped her, it's going to help me. But she was a little bit different, and I could not stand her. I don't know if
you're not qualified to do that.
For that.
You're not qualified to do that, okay? There are people who have made a lifetime of being destructive and disruptive to their own and to others' well-being, all right? And very often, they end up homeless.
Actually, not that way. She lost her job. She was waiting for another home. She was a caregiver.
I'm not saying that everybody that's homeless is destructive. Don't hear me wrongly. I'm just saying that you don't end up homeless because everything in your life is going great and you've had perfect integrity and you've been supportive of your community and the people around you and you've brought well-being to other people. Usually, if that's the case, you don't end up being homeless.
Okay, I got it.
Do you see what I'm saying?
Yes.
That's all I'm saying. I don't mean you're a bad person or anything like that. Maybe you just didn't pay attention and you ended up homeless. That could happen, right?
That's right.
Right, but it's very unusual that you're just going along making a huge contribution to your friends, your family, your community. You're a source of happiness and joy and contribution to people. You're participating in people's lives. Something bad happens, and all of a sudden, you have no place to live. That's kind of unusual.
That's true.
If you're making a contribution to people, probably somebody's going to say, hey, you know, don't worry about it. Here's some money. Here's a house. Here's a job. Here's something. Right?
Yeah.
So I'm just saying that for you to take a person into your house to try to help them in that way, unless you're, you know, very wealthy and can afford to support somebody and you don't have to go to work or something like that, you probably don't have the qualifications necessary to take someone into your care like that. Do you see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You know, it's one thing that, you know, to take your son into your care, you know, and even that is dicey, right? Your 28-year-old son, if he said, hey, Mom, I'm homeless, you know, and you said, come live with me, that would be a big challenge already.
Exactly.
But an adult woman that's living on the street or whatever, it's probably not a good idea. Probably better to direct her towards an organization that is set up for that and then contribute to the organization and make whatever other contributions you can. That would probably be just a little better way of doing it. That's all I'm saying, okay? But participating with others, listen, at your Al-Anon meeting, I'm sure that there's plenty of opportunities to go down there and set up the room and organize things and make things happen, aren't there?
Yes,
Yeah,
of
there's
course I'm
volunteers.
doing it. I'm making
Yeah.
coffee.
Yeah.
But in what I'm talking about is when I'm home from work, when it's weekend, or that's why I feel like, because I work with children, and I'm so happy with that time. But when I'm with myself, and I'm even at the gym, I'm not happy inside. You know what I mean? I'm like, do a lot to talk to others, go to the other people's story, and forget about myself.
I got it.
Otherwise, I'm like want to scream from my
I
head.
got it. I got it. Well, listen, I would recommend that. I mean, this is something that certainly I could help you with, but not in a few minutes conversation live on television. In an anonymous situation. If you would like to, have a private session, that's a different story. We can go much deeper into what it is that is at the source of that, get that resolved very quickly, and move on to creating a plan for your life that actually lights you up, turns you on, because there's something that you're here for. There's something that you personally are passionate about, that when you see it and feel it, when you hear it in a song, you see it in a movie, you hear it in a story, it moves you, it gives you chills, it brings tears to your eyes. Now, I don't know what that is, but I know that you do. There's something that moves you profoundly in your heart. If you're not having some of that every day, if you're not actively causing that experience for yourself and others and creating a structure for your life that actually promotes that, whatever that is, that quality, that thing, it could be music, it could be, for me it's honor and integrity. When I see honor in a movie or hear it or in a poem or in a song where there's something where people's souls are elevated, that moves me. It turns me on. I get all goosebumps, okay? So I decided I would just make my life be about that. And I would bring that to the table wherever I go. So I teach workshops, seminars, do books, CDs, TV shows, all kinds of stuff about that, because that's what my life's about. And if I didn't do that, I would be very unhappy with myself. You see?
Yeah.
And I could have all the toys and playthings in the world or money or vacations you want, but I would not be happy and satisfied if I didn't bring to the world and to my life what it is that's important to me. And the opposite is true too. I could have nothing else. I could have no toys, no money, no vacations, none of that stuff, and still, if I was doing what my life is about, I would be happy. I'd be satisfied. I would get up in the morning wanting to do that some more. I work with people to help them find what that is in their life and then create a coaching program where they actually, I promise you that you will fulfill that in your life. That's what my whole program is about.
Exactly.